So I obviously am the former White House communications director, fired after 11 days, okay? Or you could say 954,000 seconds. Sometimes I say it that way to my therapist. It makes me feel better. Prior to that, I was on Wall Street for 30 plus years. I've got a 36-year career on Wall Street now. I run a company called Skybridge Capital, but have been very active in politics, particularly the last two presidential campaigns.
I have been in America for more years than I can count covering American politics. And we thought, look, if you're ever going to launch a show about US politics, this is the year to do it, right? Where we have a president who is 80 years old, the oldest ever, another guy running for president who Anthony knows all too well, who's now sitting in a courtroom up in New York as the first guy to run for president actually under criminal indictment and on trial. With so much going on, it seemed this was too good an opportunity to miss. So the show will come out every Friday morning, and Anthony and I will try and give you a look behind the curtains. I always have this sense that people think they understand America, but they don't really. So we'll give you what's in the news, but we're also, both of us, very keen to give you a kind of a take, an insider and an outsider's take on what makes this extraordinary country tick.
And Anthony, your friend Donald J. Trump, currently in New York, I quote something you said on our podcast endlessly. You said there is no way this guy can win the upcoming election. Do you still stand by that?
I'm choking because when you think about him winning, I think about myself living in Rory's basement, nice possibly basement. For 4 to 6 years or for forever maybe. But no, I don't think he can win. And I think that this is the first big blow to him, this criminal indictment and the trial that he's facing right now. But there's other blows coming. This would include the documents case, the insurrection case, and even the election interference case, all of which may or may not come by the election. But these court decisions that are coming, I don't think the Supreme Court of the United States is going to rule that he has absolute immunity. The betting markets in the U.S., something that we all track in the hedge fund community, now has Biden pulling ahead slightly. And I think that's where it will be as we get towards the end.
We had Arnold Schwarzenegger on leading. We interviewed him, and he didn't want to be drawn at all on Donald Trump, kept saying, well, I don't think he's really going to be the candidate anyway. It won't really make it through. What's going on there? And would it make a difference if a big Republican figure like Arnold Schwarzenegger came out clearly against Donald Trump? And why do you think he's been a little reluctant to do it so far?
I don't know that it will make a difference because you've got two parties, right? You've got the Donald Trump party and then you've got the rest of the Republicans. And you speak to people who do focus groups here all the time. I'm thinking of somebody called Sarah Longwell, who we should get on, Anthony, because she's great. And she focus groups Republicans all the time. And she says, okay, if Donald Trump were not the head of the Republican Party, who do you want? And their answer is Tucker Carlson. The party of Mitt Romney, John McCain, Nikki Haley, that's gone in terms of the Republican Party for the foreseeable future. But I think he's reading the winds in terms of where the Republican Party is going. This isn't a party that's going to allow for somebody who we would think of as a regular conservative, small c conservative politician.
Would it make a huge difference if really big Republican figures came out highly critical? Would they be able to move voters against him, or is it too late?
No, I think they could. I think they could dent the system. But remember, this is a system of increments. You get 2 to 3 million voters that switch sides away from Trump in the swing states. It's over. He's never gotten above 50%, never will get above 50%. And he's an unpopular figure in America, but he's managed to win the presidency one time through the process of the Electoral College.
You can make it even smaller numbers than that. I mean, you get 10,000 Arizonans to switch against him, 10,000 Georgians to switch against him, and that swung the election as well. So all you need is a big figure in one of those states to make a difference. I'm not as sure as Anthony is that Donald Trump doesn't win this just because of the quirkiness of the America's Electoral College map. And all he needs is just to get to that magic number of 270. And the path for him at the moment is as clear as it is for Joe Biden.
We have actually got you two, Anthony and Katty, will give you one guess each. we've got to go to the American embassy here in London to do an interview with a prominent American politician who happens to be in town.
Male or female?
Female.
Then it has to be the Speaker Emeritus.
Well done, Nancy Pelosi. Well done.
Very
She
good.
beat you first time there.
If you could get some stock tips for me, I would really appreciate it. You just text them to my cell phone.
One thing our show won't be bringing you guys is stock tips. Let me just reassure you right now.
Just thought I would just throw that out there because I know Alistair would be tempted by that.